Мне нравится читать книги.
I like reading books. I like reading books.
I like reading books.
Ты играешь на музыкальных инструментах?
Do you play any musical instruments? Do you play any musical instruments?
Do you play any musical instruments?
Я увлекаюсь фотографией.
I'm into photography. I'm into photography.
I'm into photography.
Мне нравится ходить в горы.
I enjoy hiking in the mountains. I enjoy hiking in the mountains.
I enjoy hiking in the mountains.
Она фанат классической музыки.
She's a fan of classical music. She's a fan of classical music.
She's a fan of classical music.
Я играю в футбол каждые выходные.
I play football every weekend. I play football every weekend.
I play football every weekend.
Мое хобби — садоводство.
My hobby is gardening. My hobby is gardening.
My hobby is gardening.
Я люблю танцевать сальсу.
I love dancing salsa. I love dancing salsa.
I love dancing salsa.
Ты что-нибудь коллекционируешь?
Do you collect anything? Do you collect anything?
Do you collect anything?
Я член шахматного клуба.
I'm a member of a chess club. I'm a member of a chess club.
I'm a member of a chess club.
Я хожу на рыбалку с отцом.
I go fishing with my father. I go fishing with my father.
I go fishing with my father.
Он прекрасно рисует.
He paints beautifully. He paints beautifully.
He paints beautifully.
Я начала вязать.
I've taken up knitting. I've taken up knitting.
I've taken up knitting.
Я смотрю фильмы в свободное время.
I watch movies in my free time. I watch movies in my free time.
I watch movies in my free time.
Она занимается йогой каждый день.
She practices yoga daily. She practices yoga daily.
She practices yoga daily.
Я всегда любил играть на гитаре.
I've always loved playing the guitar. I've always loved playing the guitar.
I've always loved playing the guitar.
Ты ходишь в тренажерный зал?
Do you go to the gym? Do you go to the gym?
Do you go to the gym?
Я предпочитаю занятия в помещении.
I prefer indoor activities. I prefer indoor activities.
I prefer indoor activities.
Она поет в хоре.
She sings in a choir. She sings in a choir.
She sings in a choir.
Я учусь готовить итальянскую еду.
I'm learning to cook Italian food. I'm learning to cook Italian food.
I'm learning to cook Italian food.
Мой брат увлекается видеоиграми.
My brother is a video game enthusiast. My brother is a video game enthusiast.
My brother is a video game enthusiast.
Я вступил в книжный клуб.
I've joined a book club. I've joined a book club.
I've joined a book club.
Она любит верховую езду.
She loves horse riding. She loves horse riding.
She loves horse riding.
Я начал изучать гончарное дело.
I've started learning pottery. I've started learning pottery.
I've started learning pottery.
Тебе нравится путешествовать?
Do you like to travel? Do you like to travel?
Do you like to travel?
Он фанат рок-музыки.
He's a fan of rock music. He's a fan of rock music.
He's a fan of rock music.
Я плаваю каждое утро.
I go swimming every morning. I go swimming every morning.
I go swimming every morning.
Она занимается балетом.
She practices ballet. She practices ballet.
She practices ballet.
Мне нравится рисовать пейзажи.
I love to draw landscapes. I love to draw landscapes.
I love to draw landscapes.
Он играет в баскетбол с друзьями.
He plays basketball with friends. He plays basketball with friends.
He plays basketball with friends.
Мое любимое занятие — наблюдение за птицами.
My favorite pastime is bird watching. My favorite pastime is bird watching.
My favorite pastime is bird watching.
Я посещаю танцевальные классы каждую неделю.
I take dance classes every week. I take dance classes every week.
I take dance classes every week.
Ты играешь в настольные игры?
Do you play any board games? Do you play any board games?
Do you play any board games?
Она отличная пианистка.
She's a great pianist. She's a great pianist.
She's a great pianist.
Я начал заниматься боевыми искусствами.
I've started practicing martial arts. I've started practicing martial arts.
I've started practicing martial arts.
Я бегаю каждый вечер.
I go for a run every evening. I go for a run every evening.
I go for a run every evening.
Ему нравятся ретро-автомобили.
He's passionate about vintage cars. He's passionate about vintage cars.
He's passionate about vintage cars.
Я учусь играть на скрипке.
I've been learning to play the violin. I've been learning to play the violin.
I've been learning to play the violin.
Ей нравится писать стихи.
She enjoys writing poetry. She enjoys writing poetry.
She enjoys writing poetry.
Мне нравится кемпинг на природе.
I love camping in the wild. I love camping in the wild.
I love camping in the wild.
Он любительский астроном.
He's an amateur astronomer. He's an amateur astronomer.
He's an amateur astronomer.
Я посещаю гончарные классы по выходным.
I take pottery classes on weekends. I take pottery classes on weekends.
I take pottery classes on weekends.
Ей нравится печь торты и пирожные.
She loves to bake cakes and pastries. She loves to bake cakes and pastries.
She loves to bake cakes and pastries.
Я изучаю цифровое искусство.
I've been learning digital art. I've been learning digital art.
I've been learning digital art.
Тебе нравится театр?
Do you like theater? Do you like theater?
Do you like theater?
Я играю на барабанах в группе.
I play the drums in a band. I play the drums in a band.
I play the drums in a band.
Она увлечена велоспортом.
She's a passionate cyclist. She's a passionate cyclist.
She's a passionate cyclist.
Я начал изучать фокусы.
I've started learning magic tricks. I've started learning magic tricks.
I've started learning magic tricks.
Ему нравится скульптура.
He's into sculpture. He's into sculpture.
He's into sculpture.
Мне нравится делать что-то своими руками дома.
I enjoy DIY projects at home. I enjoy DIY projects at home.
I enjoy DIY projects at home.
Она посещает мастер-класс по живописи.
She attends a painting workshop. She attends a painting workshop.
She attends a painting workshop.
Летом мне нравится заниматься сноркелингом.
I love snorkeling during summer. I love snorkeling during summer.
I love snorkeling during summer.
Ты играешь в онлайн-игры?
Do you play any online games? Do you play any online games?
Do you play any online games?
Мне нравятся пазлы.
I enjoy jigsaw puzzles. I enjoy jigsaw puzzles.
I enjoy jigsaw puzzles.
Ему нравится писать короткие рассказы.
He loves writing short stories. He loves writing short stories.
He loves writing short stories.
Я посещаю музыкальные фестивали каждый год.
I attend music festivals every year. I attend music festivals every year.
I attend music festivals every year.
Она начала изучать каллиграфию.
She started learning calligraphy. She started learning calligraphy.
She started learning calligraphy.
Мне нравится кататься на роликах в парке.
I enjoy rollerblading in the park. I enjoy rollerblading in the park.
I enjoy rollerblading in the park.
Он энтузиаст виноделия.
He's a wine enthusiast. He's a wine enthusiast.
He's a wine enthusiast.
Мне нравится ходить на живые концерты.
I love attending live concerts. I love attending live concerts.
I love attending live concerts.
Я коллекционирую марки из разных стран.
I collect stamps from different countries. I collect stamps from different countries.
I collect stamps from different countries.
Она увлекается йогой и медитацией.
She's getting into yoga and meditation. She's getting into yoga and meditation.
She's getting into yoga and meditation.
Мне нравится фотографировать природу.
I like to photograph nature. I like to photograph nature.
I like to photograph nature.
Он фанат скалолазания.
He's a fan of rock climbing. He's a fan of rock climbing.
He's a fan of rock climbing.
Недавно я вступил в книжный клуб.
I've joined a book club recently. I've joined a book club recently.
I've joined a book club recently.
Тебе нравится верховая езда?
Do you enjoy horseback riding? Do you enjoy horseback riding?
Do you enjoy horseback riding?
Я взял вязание как хобби.
I've taken up knitting as a hobby. I've taken up knitting as a hobby.
I've taken up knitting as a hobby.
Ей нравится ходить в походы в горы.
She loves going for hikes in the mountains. She loves going for hikes in the mountains.
She loves going for hikes in the mountains.
Я играю в шахматы на соревновательном уровне.
I play chess competitively. I play chess competitively.
I play chess competitively.
Он учится петь оперу.
He's been learning to sing opera. He's been learning to sing opera.
He's been learning to sing opera.
Я часто участвую в общественной деятельности.
I often participate in community service. I often participate in community service.
I often participate in community service.
Тебе нравится садоводство?
Do you like to garden? Do you like to garden?
Do you like to garden?
Недавно она увлеклась наблюдением за птицами.
She's taken up birdwatching recently. She's taken up birdwatching recently.
She's taken up birdwatching recently.
Мне нравится исследовать новые кафе и рестораны.
I love to explore new cafes and restaurants. I love to explore new cafes and restaurants.
I love to explore new cafes and restaurants.
Ему нравится снимать фильмы.
He's passionate about filmmaking. He's passionate about filmmaking.
He's passionate about filmmaking.
Мне нравится создавать рукоделие.
I enjoy creating DIY crafts. I enjoy creating DIY crafts.
I enjoy creating DIY crafts.
Она практикует тайчи каждое утро.
She practices Tai Chi every morning. She practices Tai Chi every morning.
She practices Tai Chi every morning.
Мне нравится вести дневник.
I like to write journal entries. I like to write journal entries.
I like to write journal entries.
Он большой фанат мотоциклов.
He's a huge fan of motorbiking. He's a huge fan of motorbiking.
He's a huge fan of motorbiking.
Недавно я начал изучать гончарное искусство.
I've recently started to learn pottery. I've recently started to learn pottery.
I've recently started to learn pottery.